This title is narrated with virtual voice, computer-generated narration for audiobooks. DNA Anomalies by Steve Preston. Introduction. I know what you are thinking. How can there be anomalies in DNA? It is essentially ones and zeros made from 4 different nucleotides holding a bunch of sugar together. As shown below, these are adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine. To make it even less confusing, adenine always attaches to thymine and cytosine always attaches to guanine. It can't be faked or misunderstood unless someone really doesn't like the answers they get, as I have brought out in the other anomaly books. Once that happens, the gloves are off and anything is okay. Those calling themselves scientists twist every bit of truth out of what they know to present a consensus theory that a group of special people can use to mold the minds of the populace. Here is the problem. There are many things listed as anomalies and are forgotten so that one theory or another can be preserved or some group of people is comforted in their ignorance. If you do not want to be comforted and wish to learn about evidence that has taken on the anomaly classification, please review this book. I can't ensure that the details in this book will make you comfortable, but your eyes will be opened on the following topics. DNA tells us humans did not come out of Africa. DNA scientists now know people did not come out of Africa, as some are still insisting. This presents a problem in evolution, so the data is hidden away. Only 2 major DNA mutation events DNA. Haplotyping has determined there were 2 massive mutations of humans' DNA. The first was about 10,000 years ago, and the second one was about 5,500 years ago. Quasi-scientists resist the idea that something happened during both of these critical times, as if our DNA just broke down for no reason. Humans went back to Africa after the Pleistocene extinction, DNA. Tracking shows that when some people returned, they stayed. Homo erectus and ergaster were not the first humans. The evolution of man was not even close to what you were told. To keep you from being confused, all the unusual evidence is identified as anomaly. Neanderthal humans were smarter than modern humans, and their brains were 10% larger according to many studies. Neanderthal and Paracas humans had alien DNA. That being said, they are not related to green men from outer space as many have presented. Historical evidence of lizard-skinned people living between 3,100 and 2000 BC should be presented when establishing a DNA tracing theory based on known events. If not, we will certainly foster a lie by omission. Americans did not come from Asia. The land bridge theory presented in schools is a made-up fantasy easily proven wrong by DNA and common sense. Homo gigantus people lived. During the Mesozoic, these highly civilized humans wore shoes, made batteries, established and used 16 nuclear processing plants, and modified DNA. This detail messes up the theory of evolution, so many hundreds of pieces of physical evidence are, essentially, erased from our history. Yes, ancient people walked with dinosaurs, and there is proof. Theban Egyptians were not African as proven by DNA. Instead, they were Semitic. Neanderthal were red-headed and had tenor voices according to DNA. They also had some type of language which did not include different levels of grunting as some have presented. Denisovan human DNA is found mostly in Melanesia, but Denisovan have similar DNA to Neanderthal, who came from Europe, and a Denisovan bone was also found in northern Russia. The DNA map for this race is almost a joke, but may give us needed clues. Neanderthal had no African DNA mutations, so he could not have originally come from Africa. Our brain got smaller 5,500 years ago, so Cro-Magnon brains were much larger than our modern brains. While this is known, it is classified as anomaly rather than having to discuss what must have happened. Ape people. Another thing you should know is that ape-like people that lived a few thousand years ago were, evidently, very common. They are sometimes called Venera people. You probably didn't even know about them and think it is absurd, but the evidence tells a different story. Comfort historians hate the idea of this type of horrible mutation during a war that they choose to ignore. Therefore, all the data is identified as anomaly. Bonobo mutation. We now know by DNA analysis that chimpanzees and bonobos descended from man about 6.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.